All right, ladies and gentlemen, we're getting started in a few seconds. You see, our aim for today is what are the parts of speech? And the first thing I want to point out is that your homework is 9 sentences. Usually they tell you that the parts of speech, that there's only 8 parts of speech. All right, but I'm here to tell you that there's really 9. So Swan's got an extra one, and we're going to break that down for you today in a few minutes. So I want to give you the opportunity right now to answer that question. So I'll give you like 5-10 minutes to see if you can answer the question. What are the parts of speech?
Now?
Yeah. So you can, you know, write them down or whatever. It's a do now activity.
Oh, we already wrote them down.
Okay, that's cool.
Yes.
That's cool. So then we just got to give, I guess the other people the opportunity to write it down and do what they do and get the information in. And while you guys are working on that, I'll just continue to see how this thing is working. Definitely, we got some electricity jumping in. I think it says, how many minutes is that? I know it's got to be 200 and something. We got about 4 or 5 hours on this thing. So. Once I finish, we're going to get going. Now, Eddie, the whole trick is with this. You said you already got it written down, but the whole thing is this, though. You got to have it up here. So it's not that you got it written down already. You should be able, when somebody gives you this question, you should be able to write it down.
I know, I'm going to get there.
Oh, no, I'm working with you. I'm not trying to beat you in the brain just yet. But I'm just saying, because when you take the test, they might ask you, right? It's going to say, well, what part of speech is the underlying word? Mm-hmm. So then you're not going to say, oh, well, I got all them notes right. You can't do that once you take the test. So that's I'm just trying to, condition or inculcate this information, this knowledge into your brain today so that y'all can keep it moving and get that test and fly through it. Speaking of the test, Rand, you were out, but here's a copy of the math test that I gave them. So you can do this at your leisure. You know what I mean? And then once we finish our discussion today on the parts of speech and whatever else that we get in for this morning, then I'll entertain questions about the math, or we can move into, science or social studies or whatever it is. So I'm going to give you guys another 5 minutes. I'll give you another 5-10 minutes to work this out. That's good? That's good for you? All right. When we take that break, I'll show you my daughter's thing, her fastest show. I think her probably lasted like 6 minutes. And she definitely doing her thing. And I was down there giving out my business cards, hobnobbing with people.
Doing it up.
Yeah. And then, because on my card it's got a camera. So I have my camera, I was filming her thing. Oh, you a photographer? I said, well, I make videos. But my main focus is I'm leading to stop using the N-word movement. They said, oh, really? I said, yes. I said, here's my card. And you see what's up? Yeah. All right, y'all, let me let y'all get on to this work. Let me know if it gets too hot in here for you guys. I'll open the door. If you guys start feeling uncomfortable.
Close it back up.
We're not worried about that. I'm gonna put something in that door so they can't close it. Then they'll be mad. That Mr. Swan is done. All right, y'all look up when you're ready for me to go to get with this, all right? So that way I don't bother you guys. I'll give you another 5 minutes.
What page is this on in the book?
Parts of speech?
Yeah, what? Yeah.
To be honest with you,
I saw it when I was...
I mean, I saw it briefly. It's going to be in the ELA section. I saw it briefly, but then they never went into any detail. And that was the premise for me giving this lesson today. You know, there's nothing in here that says,
I know, but I know it says a little something. I saw it. I was going through it one day.
Yeah, see,
I'll just wait till he's finished and we'll just go over.
Yeah, because what it is, they try to get into it on page 134, but they don't really get into it. You know what I mean? They hint.
Mm-hmm.
They hint at the situation, but then they don't break it down. And so that's why, that's why I'm trying to do this lesson. You know, I mean, they're giving you information, but they never break down, okay, these are the parts of speech. You know, they say, oh, these are basic rules, and this is that, and usage, but it never breaks it down for you. But basically, the parts of speech are from 134.
Just writing a sentence, but completely in, because page 135. It says,
right, the parts of speech.
Me and Frank are good friends. Frank and I are good friends. So they want you to write it right. You know that you can.
Right. Just gotta lock yourself out. I got it. Who is it? Who is it? You locked yourself out. Okay, watch that door. All right, you got your book?
Yeah.
Let me be the first to congratulate you, man. That's a big step, man. That's a big step. Listen. I was telling one of the students, I said, well, you need your book. And they was like, well, I'm not going to I'm taking a test in March, and I'm not going to spend the money to get a book and blah, blah, blah. And I said, well, I can't help you. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? I can't, I'm trying to.
Because if you don't want to help yourself.
Right. What do you expect me to do?
Yeah.
I mean, that's an investment in yourself. You're going to buy, I bet you buy a pack of cigarettes every day.
Whatever you do, you pay for it.
Every day. So you can spend $20 a day on cigarettes, but you can't spend $15 investment in yourself for, 6 months or 3 months or 2 months or 1 month, whatever it is. It's an investment in yourself, and it's going to pay off. Yeah. You know what I mean? So I congratulate you, sir, for making that investment. All right, and you're never going to be mad, because you can always go back to that, use that as a tool, and then like you said with your kids, once they get to the point that they need it, you know what I mean? You pass it down. All right, people, I'm ready to get started. We're getting started with the Swan Show right now. So for all the people that's not here, guess what? We're missing out on something fantastic. And we're going to get this thing going. All right, here we go. Can you see me?
Yeah.
You can see me? That's all I want to know. All right, now look. Today we're talking about the parts of speech. All right? Very important. All right, most of the people, most of the lecturers are going to tell you that there's 8 parts of speech. But let me break it down for you. Parts of speech, it's called a parts of speech because every utterance that you make is going to be one of these. All right, and that's why I have 9 instead of 8, because there's something else that they're forgetting to put in there. All right, but there's 9 parts of speech, and if anybody gets mad, I said it. Tell them to come see me, and whatnot. I got a license. They can, you know what I mean? All right, so I'm gonna break it down for you. Well, Ed, do you remember what's the first part of speech that?
The noun?
The noun. All right, so we got a nice dark marker. We break it down in order. So now let's talk about a noun. Francine, what is a noun, Francine?
What is a noun?
Yes.
Okay. It changes the word in a sentence.
You said it's a word in a sentence?
It changes the word in a sentence.
Okay. Eddie, what's a noun, Eddie?
Person, place, or thing?
A noun is a person, place, or thing.
Yeah.
All right. So a proper noun would be Francine. That's a proper noun because that's your name. It's the name of something. Names of things are proper noun. If I say Ed or Eddie or Mr. Eddie, that's a proper noun. All right? Because you're a person.
Right.
It's also a proper noun because it's a name, which is a thing. All right? Person, place, or thing. Those are the nouns. All right. Now I'm just breaking it down in order. All right, so the first thing after the nouns, the first thing I want to talk about is pronouns, and we got different types of pronouns. But first, Francine, I see your hand is up. What is it? Your hand is up. Y'all be funny. Y'all be having your hand up in the air like this, and then when I call on you, notice my hand is not up. Then put your hand down. What's a pronoun, Francine?
A pronoun, mine's.
Okay, now that.
Her.
All right, those are pronouns. You're exactly right. But let's do this. I'm trying to get a definition of a pronoun. Let's talk about what is a pronoun. Because once we figure out what these words mean, that's going to facilitate us using them properly. All right? You want to figure out, make sure we know what these words mean. Once we know what these words mean, then we can use them. I think I got all that on the board. All right, Eddie, do you remember what a pronoun is?
A word that takes the place of a noun.
Very nice. Did you hear that? Francine, I'm going to write it down. It is a word that takes the place of a noun. A word which takes the place of a noun. All right. Now here's the whole situation. There are many different types of pronouns. All right. First thing I want to deal with is let's talk about subject pronouns. I want to deal with that first. Subject pronouns. We're talking about subject pronouns. Now, Francine, why do you think that we would call it a subject pronoun? What do you think that does to it, or what does that mean?
It's different.
It is different. It's a different type of pronoun. Eddie, why do you think subject pronoun?
It replaces the noun.
Okay, all right, well, you're right. That's what it says. The definition on the board says a word which takes the place of a noun. But here's the thing. The subject pronoun replaces the subject in the sentence. For example, I can say, Eddie is my student. All right? Eddie is the subject of that sentence. If I want to make rewrite that sentence with a pronoun, what would I say?
Eddie was my student.
No.
But Eddie?
He was my student.
He is my student.
Okay.
He. All right. So he.
Right here.
He takes the place of Eddie, which is the noun and or proper noun. All right. So I'm gonna give you our subject pronouns. So first one, I can talk about myself in third person, but I'd rather talk about myself in first person, which is I. Second person is Third person.
I got this somewhere.
Well, that's all right. Because now you're going to have it in your brain.
Yes.
And that's what we needed. So you can have it any way you like, but if it's not in your brain,
exactly.
You can't take it on the test. You know what I'm saying?
No,
you can have it in your
this.
pocket, but you don't want to be like this. Yo, I got that answer in my pocket. You can't be doing that. All right, here we go. So we got I, you, he, she, it is our third person. Then we have we, first person plural. And then we have they. All right. So those are our subject pronouns. Subject pronouns. So that's our second part of speech. We're talking about pronouns. Those are our subject pronouns. Now, Francine, you had given me a pronoun earlier. What was the pronoun that you gave me earlier?
I don't remember.
You don't remember? You said something. You gave me a sentence with a pronoun in it.
I don't remember.
Something about his or hers or something you said.
I did, yeah.
Do you remember what you said? No? But do you know what type of pronoun that is with his or her?
It's a noun, isn't it?
No,
it's not a noun, it's a subject.
Right, it's not a subject pronoun because those are the subject pronouns. And if I want to talk about, all right, look. Listen to this. Eddie now has his book. Eddie now has his book. So if this was on the GED test and they underlined the word his and they asked you what part of speech, or better, I'll make it even easier for you. What type of pronoun is the word his?
Positive?
Say it again?
Positive pronoun?
Not positive. I know what you're looking at. You're looking at possessive.
Yeah.
You're saying positive, but it's possessive pronoun. They're called possessive pronouns because they show ownership. They show possession. All right? So like if you look at this cup with the Ciroc in it, you'll see this cup with the Ciroc in it. You know not to mess with it because that cup is mine. All right? So if in the sentence you said that's Mr. Swan's cup, that cup is his, I'm going to say that cup is mine. All right, so that's the first person possession. Something that belongs to me is mine. All right, Eddie, I was going to take that book from you because it's nice and new and all that. Why am I not going to take that book from you? Because that book is
mine.
That book is yours. All right. He said, no, you're right. You said that book is mine. That's what I want you to say.
Yeah.
So I just want to say that book is yours. All right. So that's the second person. All right. That is the second person. Hello.
Mr. Swan, I came to see you. You're my favorite.
I'm your favorite?
Yes. And where have you been?
Not feeling well.
Okay, well, I'm going to hug you anyway. I don't mind.
Okay.
Please get me sick so I don't have to
No, I'm feeling
And what about me? No love for Mr. Swan? You said you came here to see me.
Honestly.
How you doing, beautiful? How you doing this
I'm
morning?
fine.
I have a new student?
Yes, you do.
All right. Listen, do you know about the book? Did you get a book?
No.
Why you gotta tell these people about the book when they come in?
Did y'all get, nobody has that GED book? I'm going to tell y'all for. How much is it?
$15.
It's $15. I'll let them know.
All right.
If not today, then sometime this week they can get it. Okay?
How we doing? All right, gentlemen, welcome to the class. Carlo?
Yes.
All right, Carlo, I'm Mr. Swan, Senor Cisne Loco. You look at this, I got the tennis sheet,
Okay.
so you can sign your name in. All right, first chance you get, you want to get this book, the GED book, because we're going to have a lot of work in that book. All right, today we're talking about the parts of speech. So we just got started, so you might...
15.
Yeah, 15.
Get it today if you got it.
Yeah, you get it today. If you got the money, you can get it right now.
How'd you get it?
You gonna get it? All right, just go see the lady that brought you in. Or go to the office over to the back.
What about the glasses?
All right.
Yeah, her.
Right now?
Yeah. See, we're not playing. We're not playing. We getting this thing going. All right.
Here you go, gentlemen.
Oh, okay,
That's Carlo.
I know, he's from Puerto Rico too.
He's from Puerto Rico.
You know,
Go
I mean, he's not from Puerto Rico, his parents are, so.
Okay, all right. Okay, está bien, está bien. All right, that's what's up. That's what's up. So we get this thing going. See, I tell you, it's going to be a beautiful day. It's going to be a beautiful day. All right, so as soon as you get a chance, Carlo, in that bag, they probably got a book for you to write in and get your notes and stuff in. So you want to copy this stuff down. You know, our aim for today is what are the parts of speech. And so far, we've gone over 2 parts. We've gone over noun, which is a person, place, a thing. And we're going over pronoun, a word which takes the place of a noun. So I want to give you the opportunity to write this stuff down, and then we're going to break down some more into the possessive pronouns.
Okay.
Okay, that sounds good?
Yes.
You gonna be right back? I'm gonna be left back. She's gonna be right back. I guess I'm gonna be left back. You know what you want to do? Put your name on this side, on the side, so people, people will get slick. You understand what I'm saying? People will get slick. So you want to make sure. You see how mine says Swan, because my thing was missing for a minute.
Oh,
Yeah. All right, so now you're straight. You got your book now?
Yeah.
Excellent. Excellent. And you should have a writing book in here, so you can get started. This is what we're talking about today, parts of speech. So you don't need that book right now, but we want to get into this.
Is this like updated, like?
That's the new joint. That's your official. It's got my picture on it. That's how I used to look. That's how I looked before I changed myself. I was joking, right? My man was looking at that like, is he serious? He was a cute guy. He was cute. All right, so we get into this. So my friend, what's your name again? Malik? Okay, that's cool, Malik. So Malik, you want to get to this stuff, write all this stuff down. We got an aim. The do now is answer the question. And then we got a homework is write 9 sentences. Because the reason why I got 9 sentences, I'm teaching you today that there's 9 parts of speech. If you go on anywhere else, like on the internet or whatever, they're going to tell you it's only 8. But I'm here to tell you that there's 9. So we're breaking it down. All right, so I'm going to give you gentlemen the opportunity to catch up. Give you an opportunity to catch up. We're going to get this thing going. While you're catching up, I'm going to refill and put some more Ciroc in my glass right here. You sure we got what are the parts of speech so far? We got a noun, there's a person, place, a thing. We got a pronoun, a word that which takes the place of a noun.
I made it.
Tanil, you made it.
Good morning.
Good morning. Congratulations.
Oh my God.
You win the prize.
Admission today.
No doubt, no
Oh
doubt.
my God. Hi, friend. Hey, baby. How you doing? I missed you.
Good. Yes, I
I
miss
told
y'all
her she was
too.
missed.
She sure was.
I miss y'all too.
Yeah, well, we glad now you're back in the fold.
I'm back.
You're back in the fold. So we break it down. We got some new students.
Okay. Hi, everybody.
That's Tanil.
Student of the year.
Okay, all right. Okay, I'm not mad at that. I'm not mad. She's a student of the year. Usually we got student of the day,
No.
the week, and the month. She's just telling me, okay, you win that hands down.
No, me.
Ow! You look for the tennis sheet is right over here.
Close one,
All right, Malik, I don't think you didn't sign the tennis sheet yet, but I'll let you sign it when you finish. All right. Yes, sir.
Should I write the stuff at the bottom?
Yeah, because the do now, whenever you come to want to copy everything on the board, because notice it says your homework is write 9 sentences.
School, right? I called
All
her
right?
yesterday.
So make sure you want to get all that information. And then once you get that, start with the day's work that I'm planning for you.
But I called her house. She don't pick up the phone. Then she told me she don't talk on the phone, but when she do call me, she.
All right, we get to this right now. Tennille's signing that paper. We get to this part.
They took so much up in here. I went to the front to get a paper because I missed to take the test. She gonna tell me, oh, just wait. I'm not a child.
I hear that.
Yep.
Which one? The Spanish one?
The one with the blonde hair.
Oh, yeah, she's...
Okay, you got a little job. Don't get it twisted
That's
now. I'm probably older than you. Knock it down. Shut it down. Francine's back.
I hear
Shut
that.
it down. I was off commission for a minute, but I'm back.
That's right.
And you're not gonna treat me like a child. We're not in preschool.
We sure ain't.
We all adults here. But I'm gonna tell you, but also wait a little bit. I was like, wait, whoa. And then Mr. Dover just sitting there. No, check her. Look at check
She's
her.
new, too.
No, check her.
She's new. She thinks
Before she work herself,
She
okay?
runs for you.
Cause y'all know me.
Sure do.
Y'all know me very well. I mean, I'd be nice about the situation, but you don't come up here.
Take advantage.
No, don't come up here thinking you better know show. Sure. Until people get a little position, they get stupid.
Somebody left me bad here.
They didn't want it. They didn't want it. They didn't want it. It wasn't that important.
Yeah, well, see, that's the whole deal. My thing is,
It wasn't important.
yeah, you're gonna find out. People gonna be mad at me, but people that come in playing,
Meaning was just
Not
like
do-
this morning.
Yeah.
That's not.
you watch it. People gonna, I'm gonna start taking people out.
Just let them go.
Yeah, because it don't make sense. People want to come in and fuss and fight with me
Like you
about.
said, go to sleep.
Yeah, all that
They
stuff.
think
You don't want to
I'm
be
gonna
here.
sleep.
You don't want to be here to get the information. You don't have to be here.
But that seat could be for somebody else. But Tangy called me last week. She said, this classroom was
Packed. People were sitting on the floor and everything.
wow.
Yeah.
You had got it going on.
Yeah, I was.
Mr. Swan.
Yeah, exactly.
I said, Mr. Swan is really
I was rocking the house, but then I still have some haters. I don't want to talk about them.
But I said, damn, Mr. Swan was doing it. And she said, girl, this place was.
And people was getting the information, and that's what I'm here for, to help y'all.
I said, West was up.
All right, so look. Did y'all catch up? You caught up now? Carlo? All right, so look. This is what we up to now. All right, we're talking about our second part of speech, pronoun, a word which takes the place of a noun.
Okay. Yeah. I'll catch up.
You gonna catch up?
Yeah.
All right. All right, so look. So we already gave you the subject pronouns. So these are called the subject pronouns because they're the subject of a sentence. So instead of saying Malik is my new student, I can say he is my new student. So he replaces the subject of the sentence, which is Malik. All right? Instead of saying I'm talking to Carlo, I can say I'm talking to you. Right? Replacing Carlo, which is the proper noun, it's a name, it's a proper noun in the sentence. All right. So now we're moving on to possessive pronouns. What is going on, sir?
Good morning.
How you doing, Mr. Gucci?
Mr. Tattoo Me.
How you feeling this morning? Here's the attendance sheet, sir. We getting that thing going on for you. You know, I was gonna bring you some more of that information today, but I don't know if you can handle it. So I live at home. I said I'll try to figure it out when I get home. See if I can break it down and see if I can learn something like you.
Okay. I got some math for you. Probably knows up your head.
Oh, for today?
Nah, right now, like I had to rush over here from dropping the kids off.
Okay, all right. So yeah, whenever.
When I come back.
Yeah, we know how we're gonna do it. We know how we're gonna do it. All right. So look, Ray, that's the attendance sheet right there. All right. We've got we're talking about these parts of speech. We got these parts of speech. First, we got up here is a noun, person, place, or thing. We got a pronoun, a word which replaces the noun. And we're getting into this whole idea. You need another chair? I just put a chair over there. You good? All right, so look. So now we talk about possessive pronouns. They're called possessive pronouns because they show possession. They show ownership. Like I can't take Malik's book because that book is his. That's his book. All right. I would take Tanel's book, but that book is
Mine.
That's hers.
that's hers. So we got his and hers, and I want to show you something a lot of people don't know. It's is a possessive pronoun, all right? And a lot of people expect it to have an apostrophe, but when it has an apostrophe S, that is it is. That is a contraction. It is. This one without the apostrophe is a possessive pronoun. For example, if I give you a sentence that says, I'm glad I'm not a spider because spiders. No, because wait a second. Spider. Well, let's talk about a spider, right? Spiders eat its children. Spiders eat their children, or a spider eats its children, or its baby arachni, or whatever you want to call it.
But you could say like, it's not your book, it's my book.
No, but see that no. That's if you say it's. This is the possessive pronoun. So this belongs to, let's say, my camera. All right, my camera has its own. It has its own camera stand. So the camera stand belongs to the camera. Who's that? That's Mr. Coochie? Oh, these people want me to do which one? Mr. Swan. Yes. Yeah, most likely I will be, but did you ever straighten out that situation for me? I sent you the thing, I only got $40 last time. Okay, all right, well, thank you very much. And eat 5:30, where in Queens is it going to be? Ridgewood, Queens? All right, I probably won't be able to get there till 6 o'clock, but I can shoot for 5:30. But I probably won't be able to get there till 6 though. Say it again. Okay, well, I guess I won't be able to do it then, because 6 will be the earliest. Okay. Thank you. Bye bye now. All right. So sorry about that. People's always trying to get me to work with them and do things. All right. So we was talking about his, hers, its. Its is a possessive pronoun. What you were using, Malik, you're using it is. When you say it's her book, you're saying it is her book. So that's a contraction. That's not this. All right. If I say what I said, the camera has its own stand. So I'm talking about something that belongs to the camera.
That still be possessive.
Right, because it belongs. Possessive means it's showing ownership. That belongs to the camera. All right. Dogs. A dog had 7 puppies in its litter. You get it? So when a dog had in its litter, it's a litter when they have the animals, they have the babies, because it's not like us when they have, some people have like 5, 10, 12 babies at one time. Not me. I had each 7 at one time. That's what you can tell. All right, but look. But when you talk about its litter, we're talking about something that belongs to the dog, or something that belongs to the cat, all right, which is different than it is, okay? All right, moving right along. So we got first person possessive, second person possessive, third person. What is first person plural? Eddie?
Ownership?
Right, but I'm saying, what word can you use to say that something belongs to us? Give me your hand.
Hours?
Ours. So we got mine, yours, ours. All right? And the last one, because yours is going to be, if it's one of you or it's all of you, I can say I'm your teacher, right? So either way, that's going to be all of them.
Theirs.
All right? Theirs, thank you very much. Theirs.
Or their, right? Either one. We gonna use
Right. Yeah, that's their class. That's their.
It's like
That's theirs. Right. All right. Because when it's without the s, it's an adjective. All right. And we're talking about pronouns.
But it would still be plural though. And that, right? Because there is more than one.
No, you said would it be plural? That's in Spanish. But on English, no. In Spanish, the adjective takes on the gender and the number. But in English, we don't do that.
I mean, like, you just said that's theirs. So theirs meaning more than one person. It would be plural still. You don't, it would have to have the S though, right?
Right. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
All right. Because I can say that's theirs. But I'm saying if it's an adjective, that's their book. So I'm still using the noun. So it's an adjective. When we make it a pronoun and replaces the noun, that's his, that's hers, that's mine, that's yours. We don't need the noun because it's taking the place of the noun. That's the pronoun's job, take the place of the noun. All right. But outside of that, if I say that's his book, now that's a possessive adjective because book is in there. We're talking about whose book it is. That's their teacher. That's their Gucci. All right. So we got this possessive possessive pronoun. One more type of pronoun. In English.
Adjective?
Say it again.
Adjective.
Okay. All right. Object pronouns. I'm erasing this. All right. We have object pronouns, guys. And we have these in Spanish too. All right? But in English, they're all the same. In Spanish, they flip around. In English, they're all the same. So we have direct and indirect object pronouns. All right? Direct and indirect object pronoun. Now, before I give you the list, because it's the same stuff, you got it?
I got my notes.
Student of the year. Ow. All right, here we go. All right, so now, before I give you the list of the direct and indirect object pronoun, let me show you the difference between the two. The direct object of a sentence is if you could say what and the verb. For example, if I say, I'm looking at you. What am I looking at? Right, so that's a direct object. All right. If I say I speak Spanish, what do I speak?
Speak Spanish.
Spanish. That's a direct object. All right.
You're being directed straight to the point.
No. See that's what I make sure you understand. Direct object is called direct object because the verb is working directly on the object. It's with the verb. All right, the verb is working directly on the object. Like I'm looking at, what am I looking at?
Me.
Okay, so you're the direct object of the sentence. See what I mean? All right, give an example so you can see about the indirect. Okay, let's say I say, now watch this sentence. I speak Spanish to Carlo. I'm going to speak Spanish to Carlo. Carlo, ¿qué pasa? ¿Cómo está? Bien por ahora, pero no sé qué vengo, ¿verdad? All right, so look. So I'm speaking Spanish to Carlo. Now, what's the direct object of that sentence, Malik?
You're speaking Spanish.
Spanish. So you see how that work? I'm speaking Spanish. The indirect object is Carlo. So I can say I'm speaking Spanish to him. All right. So let me get these on the board. It's gonna be me, you, him,
Her.
her,
Us.
it. Then it's going to be us and them. Those are indirect and direct objects. All right. So you can use those, and those things go both ways. So I don't know if you want to put a joke on that or whatever. But those direct and indirect objects, they go both ways. Because I could be talking to you, that to is telling you is indirect. If I'm speaking Spanish, to you. If I'm speaking Arabic, to you, it's indirect. All right, because the thing that I'm speaking is Arabic. The thing that I'm speaking is Spanish. The thing that I'm speaking is English. All right? That's what the direct object is. The person that is indirectly, or the thing that's indirectly affected by me speaking, or doing whatever the verb says, that's the indirect object. All right? For example, look at this. I'll give you one more example, then we're going to move on. I'm going to give this marker, to the student of the year. Ow. All right, I'll give you the marker. All right. What's the direct object of that sentence, Ray? The marker, right? Because that's what I gave. And then giving it to her, that's the indirect, right? Because she's indirectly affected. Because the verb to give, the thing that I'm giving, the thing that the verb is working on, is the marker. So that's why that's the direct object. The verb works directly on the object. The indirect is the person that might be affected indirectly. You need your signature on here, man. I know you're famous and all that. You don't want us to know. That's Malik. So we got Malik, Carlo, and then here we got Ray, Eddie, Tanil, Francine. All right. So that's how we're doing it today, keeping it Gucci. Woo-hoo. I'm getting my Michael Jackson mode in a minute. So you got to dum. We gonna get it going.
Always.
We gonna get it going. All right. So look. So we've done our pronouns. We got our subject pronouns, our possessive pronouns, our direct object pronouns.
Sure.
Uh-oh.
You made it.
Welcome. Bienvenue, ma chérie.
I'm taking my coat.
You want to sign in? Let me give you. I know you're very disciplined. Let me give you. I'm stopping the show for you. Look. We stopping the show. Just sign your name on the dotted line. All right. We're keeping it moving. We are keeping it moving. All right. Can I erase this? Did everybody copy all of this? Can I erase this? You need to copy this stuff?
Oh, you can give them to me before.
Okay. No, I'm just asking if you need it. You good? Good. All right. Okay, you're gonna get your receipt and whatnot. All right. So she's got this. We're keeping it moving. We're dealing with parts of speech. We got our pronouns out the way. That's the only pronouns that we need to be concerned with. Direct, indirect object pronouns, subject pronouns, possessive pronouns. All right. What is the next part of speech? Tanel, what you want to say? Verbs. I like that. That's what you was about to say? No, wait, this we got you. I said we got there's 9 of them.
It's like you got the
All right, that's good. But remember, like I keep telling you got to have that in here. You got to have it so that when you take that test, you can't be saying.
I'm gonna go back to my notes.
You can't be doing stuff like this. You know what I mean? Some Mr. Tattoo have a tattoo all in his hands. Verbs, nouns.
The math.
I might put it in there secretly.
Yeah, exactly. But then listen, trust me. A lot of you have tried that.
Oh
People have tried this and yo, man, it's just my tattoos, man. Listen, wait a second. Verb, noun. What's that about? All right, let's get back to this. Malik, what's the verb?
I know, but I don't know.
Okay, not a problem. Listen, that's what we're here. Right here. Yes, right.
Explains an action.
All right, the verb. I'll write that down. Explains
It's like a do word.
or shows
Is the action in the sentence?
the action or state of being in the sentence. Now you see how I flipped that? The action or state of being. All right? Because if you say I am, that's not an action, but that is a state of being. I am a teacher. I am a singer. I am an actor.
Oh, you made a movie with?
No, I didn't. No, for real. I made a couple of movies.
Wait, I ain't see that.
You never seen? Listen. I got 3 Blind Mice.
I don't know. This teacher, there's nothing he can't do.
Yeah, listen. 3 Blind Mice. I'm gonna see if I can upload that on the internet. That's gonna be crazy. I'm a killer in that movie. I killed 3 people.
Really? You killed 3 mice.
No, these are people though. But it's called 3 Blind Mice. It's crazy. But I'm gonna try to work that out for you to see that. All right. So look. So we're talking about verbs. Explains or shows the action or state of being in the sentence. So if I say Francine enjoys learning. What is the action? What's the action that she's doing?
Learning.
Learning, all right? And the state of being is enjoys. Because enjoys, people might think it's action, some people might not, but that's how she feels. She's enjoying learning. She's doing her thing. She's getting her information, all right? If I say that
Fabiola enjoy eating.
Fabiola enjoys eating.
Just chill. Bad thing. She
All right.
doesn't eat good things.
She also enjoys knocking stuff down and picking stuff up. That's Fabiola. All right. So that's how we're gonna do that. All right. That's a verb. All right. So we got 1, 2, 3. We're not even halfway there. We're almost halfway there. Carlo, another part of speech. Now let me just break this down for the people one more time.
Yes.
They're called parts of speech because everything that you say is going to be one of these things. You cannot make an utterance in any language without it being one of these. Even if you say, oh, that's something. Ow, that's something. You know what I mean? So all of those things, all of those utterances, sounds.
You want to become a teacher?
Yes, thank you very much. It's a,
I go to church.
woo.
So antonyms and synonyms are parts of speech.
Okay, the antonyms, synonyms. We you know what? We can get to that later. I like to. Maybe we can stay on ELA all day, and I'll get to antonyms, synonyms, and homonyms.
Oh,
That'll be the NIM trio. Yes.
you gonna do the regular verbs?
All right, let's talk about that. Oh, we got verbs here, right? That girl's on point.
That's why I'm student of the year.
That's why she's still. Now I see why you student of the year. All right. We're talking about verbs, but she wanted to make sure that I clarified and broke down and told you what regular verbs are and different irregular verbs. All right. So I'm gonna give you this definition you can write down. You'll see this marker is dead. Fab, could you give me some markers, please? Thank you, love. All right, look. And we need some markers. But here's the situation. Since we're talking about verbs, there's 2 different types of verbs. All right, so people here speak different languages. Some verbs are regular, some verbs are irregular. A regular verb is a verb whose conjugations resemble their infinitive. I just need to jump in this. I'll wait till she comes back.
She said you could ask her.
I know, but I'm just so hungry. All right. Super duper. Merci beaucoup, ma chérie. All right. So look, let me write this down for you guys. All right, we have regular verbs. Oh, that's beautiful. Regular verbs are verbs whose conjugations resemble their infinitives. Now I want you to just write that down. It's not going to make any sense right now, but write that down. Once you finish writing that down, I'm going to try to make some sense of it.
So verbs and regular verbs are 2 of the 9.
Say it again.
Is verbs and regular verbs 2 of the 9?
No, because verbs, we just like we did with the pronouns, so we broke down the 3 different types of pronouns.
Right.
So now we break it down 2 different types of verbs.
Gotcha.
All right. So we still on number 3 of the 9. Question.
I thought it was 8.
You thought there was 8?
Yeah.
So is everybody else. But I'm saying that there's 9. I'm saying that.
I'm just saying, from my records from last time I was in class,
Yeah.
I heard
8.
that it was 8. You know what I'm saying?
Right. I'm not mad at you.
VIP with the N.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Yeah. But
Now
see,
I'm hearing it's 9 the next day.
yeah, because I'm trying to tell you, it's 9.
Right.
So we're gonna break it down in a second. All right. Now look. Let me do this. Now most people that speak in other languages, their infinitives are different. Like in Spanish, you got AR verbs, ER verbs, IR verbs. In French, you got the RE verbs and IR verbs and ER verbs, all right? So those are their infinitives. In English, an infinitive is any verb with 2 in front of it. So let's talk about to love. All right, I want to conjugate that. This is a regular verb, all right? Because look what it says. Irregular verbs are verbs whose conjugations resemble the infinitive. So it means once I conjugate this verb, all of these conjugations should look like love, all right? So let me just try.
I love.
I love. Yes, I do. I love.
What?
I love to love you, baby. I love to love you,
But she was quick
baby.
on the gun.
I
on
sure
that one.
was.
You said what happened?
I didn't get to open my mouth.
Yeah, she was about to shout that one.
She's about to shout it out? Okay.
Bang, bang.
All right, we got that. All right, so look. So we got I love, you love, he, she, it loves,
We love.
we love,
They love.
and they love. All right. Now let's go back to my definition. It says regular verbs are verbs whose conjugations, which are these are conjugations. All of these conjugations resemble the infinitive. See, look, all these words look like this word, right? So that's what it means. That's how you know it's a regular verb. The verb is from the verb irregular. Let's see what you're working with. Show me what you're working with. Scooby, Scooby.
It's not spicy enough.
Is that spicy enough?
It should burn myself.
It's got enough kick for me though. It's got enough. All right. Now look. Everybody's got this? All right, now watch what I'm gonna do. I'm very tricky. I'm very tricky. You need to watch me. Because at any moment in time, I'm liable to blow your mind. Look at this. Now watch what I'm writing.
Irregular verbs.
Irregular verbs are verbs whose conjugation
Do not resemble their infinitive.
do. I'm just right. Don't resemble. Yeah, I did that. Irregular verbs are verbs whose conjugations don't resemble their infinitive. So I'm putting them right next to each other so you can see it. Let's talk about the verb to be. It's irregular in Spanish, it's irregular in English, it's irregular in French.
Je suis habit and some rejected.
Bon. Et je suis fatigué. Et j'ai un enfant. So I said I'm hungry and I am tired. Tired and hungry. Now look. Now watch this. We're going to conjugate this verb. Now remember, this is an irregular verb, so we're not going to say I be. What you going to say, Eddie? You're going to say I.
Yeah.
No, you can't say I be. Because I am. So if it's I am, I'm going to say, Carlo, you. And Fabiola, I'm going to say she.
He is.
Is. And I'm going to say we.
Are. We are fabulous.
We are. We are family. All right, look. And we're going to say they are. Now look. Now let's go back to the definition and see what I'm talking about. It says irregular verbs are verbs whose conjugations don't resemble the infinitive. Now this is the infinitive. Do any of these words look like the infinitive? Malik, what do you think? Do any of these words look like the infinitive?
Except 3 are the same.
Right, but they don't. But the trick is they can be all the same. Just like these are all the same. 4 of them are the same. But none of these look like this. You know, you don't say I be, you be, we be,
really,
chilling.
It's not really explaining, like, right?
No, it doesn't resemble.
It doesn't resemble.
Right, it doesn't look. I'm saying because like you see this. Look at these. These all look like love. This is to love, so it's easy to conjugate. I love, you love. Everything got love in it. This one, nothing's got be in it. So that makes this irregular. This is an irregular verb. That is a regular verb. So you're going to see that when you start conjugating these verbs, you're going to say, oh, that's regular, that's irregular. It's going to just come to you a little bit. Oh, this doesn't look like the infinitive.
This is for like basically when you're writing that essay on the GED, right?
Exactly. Exactly. And not only the essay, but you got to remember this ELA portions where you have to read sentences where they might ask you what part of speech is the underlined word. Mm-hmm. Right? It might say, in the following sentence, the underlined word represents, and it might say verb, it might say pronoun, it might say noun, it might say the next word that I'm going to put on. Listen, can I erase this now? Mm-hmm. Everybody's got it? Mm-hmm. All right, I'm erasing this. So, no, we're waiting for you. Yeah, listen. You listen. You already know. Je toi attends.
Mrs. Swan, did you come Friday?
Did I come Friday? You know what happened?
They called you. They called me too.
He said he's not. All right.
Oh.
No, you know what? No, listen, no, because they was trying to. My thing is this.
They called you.
They called me and told me, oh, don't come into class. There's no GED class today.
Oh, they did?
Mm-hmm.
And I was going to come in that day too.
I wasn't coming, but I was like, how about, they called me at like 9:30, almost 10. How about I was already on board?
Right, and see, and no difference. And I let them know.
Early.
I let them know because my thing was I came here before one time, and it was like, oh, there's no students. So you're gonna send me home? I said, you're gonna send me home after I came all this way?
I know.
So instead of that nonsense, I said, you know what? I know everybody's telling me they was gonna come in. So I said, hey, you know what? I'll figure out something else to do. So I found something.
With your kids.
Right. So I found something else to do.
It's some marshmallow.
They called almost at 10 o'clock. How about we was already on the
exactly.
And that's what I do. That's what I said.
Yeah, I called them. No, I let them know it was about 8 o'clock at least. Yeah. But plus I had already put it on their website from the night before. And what it was, I was calling the night before, but they have it set up so that you can't leave no message until they come in and answer the phone.
Morning.
Right.
Yeah, I noticed that.
Yeah, so I'm like, well, you know, they jamming people up, they don't even know. But I'm like, well, hey, I'm doing my thing. So I called them, I was calling them all night, had my son call them.
We should wake up at 7 in the morning and call them.
I wake up at 5 o'clock. Okay? I
call them at that time?
I called them since the day before. I called them since the day before. Then when I got up At 6, I get about 5, 6 o'clock every morning. So when I saw it was snowing, I'm like, yo, I already know the attendance was going to be, you know, because people was telling me, well, I'm not coming in, blah, blah, blah. I said, you know what? It's all right. All right. Now, what's the part of speech you just gave me?
Adjective.
Adjectives. All right, I like it. I like that. What do adjectives do? Let me call on, whose hand is up? Francine. Francine said, my hand wasn't up. I always kept catching with a hand not up. How I keep doing it?
I don't know.
All right, let me call on someone whose hand is up. Tanil, what's adjectives?
Describes the noun or pronoun.
All right. All right, adjectives. I'm going to put words that describe.
I'm someone that always have a different notebook. I'm looking for my note. I don't even see it.
And look, I put describes, words that describe, and I put modified. Nouns and pronouns. Nouns and pronouns. All right. The reason I'm giving that to you because if I say, let's say I say, Raymond is tall. All right. So I'm describing a noun. Raymond is a proper noun, right? But then if I say he is tall, now I'm describing the pronoun. All right. So that works either way. And most time I'm giving you this word,
Did you watch
modify.
that movie a twist of fate? Something like that.
I think I saw that movie a long time ago.
No, they just it was Tony Braxton. Just you know.
Oh, they did a new movie, Twist of Fate?
Yeah. It is so cute.
It came on last night.
Last night, yeah.
How did I miss that?
Yeah, you know what I missed? I missed the Grammys.
I recorded.
You recorded it? All right.
Yeah, on my TV, you can go.
It came on Lifetime?
Yeah.
Well, I thought it was going to come.
You thought it was going to be on BET or something, right?
No, I thought it was going to come on Friday. Next set.
They came on last night. I missed it too, and I missed the Grammys.
I missed the Grammys too. My daughter, listen, my daughter had her show yesterday, a fashion show. Yeah, so when we get a break, I'll let y'all check it out. I put it on my page and everything. So y'all can check it out a few minutes or whatever. Yeah, she's growing up. Now she's doing this stuff on 26th Street. So that's right there, Fashion Avenue and all of that. So all the big ones was there. I was hitting them up with the what you call them?
Man, everybody's scared for teachers. See, nobody can.
That's what it is. I'm a scary dude. All right, so look. So we got adjectives. All right. So I was giving you the thing that Raymond is tall. He is tall. Either way, it's describing.
But to have?
What word?
What'd you say?
To have?
To have what?
Would you? Yeah. No, go ahead.
No, we're talking about adjectives.
Okay.
So adjectives describe, and I put the word modify. That's what's going to be in your. If you look it up, it's going to say adjective modifies nouns. All right. Or adjective modifies pronouns. So modify just means describe. That's a fancy word for describe. So I'll put that there so in case you see modify, you be like, yo, why did he say describe and it's the word modify? That's what it is. All right? All right, we're keeping it moving.
Adverb.
What's the next word?
Adverb.
Adverb. Lolly, 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 get your adverbs here. All right, so adverbs. What do adverbs do? All right, so we're up to this is number 5, right?
Yeah.
What do adverbs do? Can somebody raise their hand and tell us what an adverb does?
Right.
Uh-oh, Mr. Gucci. What do adverbs do, Mr. Gucci?
The words explain other verbs and other adverbs.
Okay, all right. Adverbs, he said explains, describes, and I'm going to put modify. I'll put explain and describe because it's plural. Adverbs explain
And modify verbs.
and describe.
Other adverbs.
Modify verbs and or other
Adverbs.
adverbs.
Yeah.
Excellent.
Got that right here.
You got that right there? You got that stuff.
Notes too.
You got that stuff right there, girl. Go ahead. All right, so that's what that is. All right, so I'll give you an example. I gave you this example before.
Just Smith.
Let me give you this example one more time. All right? If I was to continue the class like this.
Exactly. Why are you talking soft? Yeah.
Oh, what am I doing? What's on?
Speaking softly.
Nobody kidding
Speaking,
you.
hold it. The new student of the day. What'd you say, Ray? What am I doing?
Speaking softly.
Speaking softly. So that describes how I'm speaking. That's modifying the verb to speak.
You was doing what you.
I was doing it. I fooled you. I fooled you. All right.
You fooled me for real.
Okay, that's what it is. All right. So softly, you're gonna find that in English. In English, these words. All right, she gave me another marker. She gave me another marker for me to highlight. I thank her again. These words that end with the ly or adverbs. Softly, quickly, quietly. Any word that you could think of. Calmly, loudly, beautifully, right? All of these words that end with ly, these are all adverbs, all right? So now I gave you an example how it modifies the verb. All right, let me give you an example how it modifies another adverb. I can say Raymond draws well. All right? He's an artist. Raymond draws well. So well is the adverb. It's telling you how he draws. If I say Raymond draws very well, now that very is working on well. How well does he draw? Very well. All right. So we see that it modifies verbs and or other adverbs.
So what would it be? It would be very.
Very, right. Very is adverb. All right. If I say I come to work often, all right. Often is adverb. If I say I come to work very often,
Very.
right. All right. Tanil, she usually says ow. All right. But sometimes she says ow very loudly. See what I mean? So loudly is the adverb. The very is modifying the loudly. Okay? So that's cool. All right, has everybody got this? I'm just waiting for my students. I'm waiting for my students. We got 1, 2, that's 5 we got so far, right? That's 5? All right. So that means we only got 4 more. You heard what I said, right? I said we only got 4 more.
That's supposed to be, but since you did your thing.
No, that's what we got for. I gave you 5. So 5 plus 4.
3 more.
Yeah, it's supposed to be 3. I'm giving you 4 more.
That means you were keeping one, you were hiding one.
I was hiding one. So what's the next one? Somebody help me out. What's the next? Yes.
Interrogatives.
Now that's the one that's my thing. All right, because they don't give you this, but I'm giving you this. All right.
Go write it down.
Conjunction.
Is that interrogative?
Interrogative. Because see, remember what we talking about? We're talking about parts of speech. So every word that you say has got to fall under one of these parts of speech. So out of the 8 that they usually give us, interrogative, you cannot put that in any of those things.
That's the question.
Exactly. So interrogatives words that start
Question.
And or
imply
questions.
questions.
Who, what, when, where, why, how, which.
All right, exactly. So she said who, what,
Where?
where, when,
Why?
why.
Which?
Which?
Who?
We got that already.
Oh, what? Oh, you got that.
How.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
And
6,
how?
And
How?
so we have 7 interrogatives. You know what I'm thinking? Yeah, so I'm thinking 7 and 8. We should have. I think I gave you 9.
4, 5, 6, 7.
I gave you 9 sentences for homework. Let's do this. Let's make it 15.
Oh, God.
Oh, teacher.
Right. So this way you have 8. You have 8, and then
use
1 for each of the interrogatives. Right.
You can't really do a takesy backsies like that, man. You can't. That's kind of.
Takesy backsies.
So you.
Hold on a second. Takesy backsies.
Hold on. Use a sentence with those.
Right. Make questions.
Well, I mean, question. That's what I meant.
Right.
Okay, and then make questions.
So in this way, you're gonna have I want you to have practice using each part of speech. So you got those.
We do it every day, teacher.
We do.
Yes.
Okay.
When we ask a question, when we answer a question, when we do it.
This is true.
It is them.
You're right. But I want to make sure, because when you take that test, I don't want people to say, "Oh man, he never told me about the interrogative. He never told me about."
He did tell me, but
Right.
I wasn't paying attention.
That's exactly. That's exactly what it is. All right. So now we up to 6. So we have 3 more. We got 3 more. We almost out of the woods. And I'm doing this on purpose timing. Yes.